Hi everyone, this is your host Dr. Almas with another episode of Innovation from the Global South on Future Friend TV, the collective podcast of Traces.Dreams. My today's guest is Amirkhan, CEO and founder of Parqour from Kazakhstan. Let's talk to him to know more about his journey. So we have today with us the CEO and founder of Parqour, Mr. Amirkhan Omarov. All right.
Yes.
So
Right.
welcome to the show. How are you?
Fine. Thank you for inviting. Thank you very much. How about you?
Yes, I'm good. How is the weather?
I guess it's a good springtime in Kazakhstan, but I'm now in Moscow. I'm here for the last 20 days. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be in my home country.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Tell us something about your startup.
So I'm a founder of the Parqour startup. It's a smart parking based on ALPR, automated number plate recognition. It's a computer vision based technology to detect number plates and to detect the entrance and car exits. That can be integrated into any payment system, can be integrated into any equipment existing. So it's a very cost efficient smart parking system that is going well in our home country, Kazakhstan, as well as in 8 countries like Russia, Ukraine, USA, United Arab Emirates, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan. Yeah.
Great. So let's say I being a client, I want to use your technology and I'm with a car. So I need to put something in my car, some equipment, some tag
No.
for having this facility.
So nothing is required from the driver, from the car owner. It is required for the parking owners, for the parking managers to install our system. And we usually integrate with the popular apps in every country. In Russia, it can be mobile banking app. In US, it's parking apps like Spot Hero, Park Mobile. In United Arab Emirates, it's smart city government app like Dubai Now. So we integrate with the popular applications, existing applications in the market. So drivers only have to provide their banking accounts and number plates into these popular local apps. And you forget about parking, you forget about payment, you just enter and exit. Applications calculate the time automatically. They take money for the parking automatically. So there is no pain for the driver. Yeah. This is how it works.
That's great. So it means that there's no need for having change every time when we pass through a toll plaza or want to park our car in the parking lot. I remember once I had a very intensive experience of, putting a tag in my car because there was a similar kind of technology, but still, we were, clients were supposed to do a lot of work for having that in their cars. So this is something wonderful that you are doing. From where this idea came in your mind?
So yeah, previously I spent 7 years at the real estate investment trust. I was working for the investment fund that were focusing on investing in commercial real estate, like shopping malls, office centers, hotels, warehouses. And we had a lot of problems with managing our parking lots. And we were looking for this efficient solution internationally, including from the England, US, Russia, China, and we couldn't find it. Then I met one of my friends. He was doing another startup. He was busy with launching toll roads, detecting number plates and detecting the cars that are using toll roads without any devices, without any hardware, without tags, without stickers, without barriers. So he was developing that technology. We decided to use that technology for the parking. The first pilot was 2 years ago. It was quite successful. So it is very cost efficient. We integrated the technology, the software, the number plate recognition algorithm into existing equipment. And it became so popular, very easy at integration, very cost efficient. That's how the business started. Then we rolled it out across the Kazakhstan. And for the last 6 months, we are spreading the technology to other countries, including US, Russia, United Arab Emirates.
Is it just focused in one country, or if you take car in your neighboring country, is going to cover that as well? In how many countries are your business is flourishing?
In first year, our focus was on the Kazakhstan because we had to build a team, we had to work on operations and many other things. But in the second year, we are launching our offices in big markets like Russia. It's a quite big market for us. United States. We have launched 3 offices in the United States, in New York, in Houston, in San Francisco. We have office in United Arab Emirates. We have office in Ukraine. Totally, we are present in 8 countries. And also we want to cover another 8 countries in coming 6 months, including Egypt, Turkey, Pakistan, Vietnam, Indonesia, England.
Great. How you got this idea of pairing up with other people, being an entrepreneur? Do you think, is it easy to pair up with people with different thoughts, or you think that no, this is actually the strength of an entrepreneur and every entrepreneur should have this ability?
I know what I can do, what is my core expertise, and I know what I cannot do. Yeah. Before the startup, I used to work in big corporate companies, including this investment fund with the focus on commercial real estate. I was doing a lot of new projects related to the innovations, like launching co-working spaces, testing different technologies, which is called PropTech technologies, property technologies, like some technologies for saving energy. Maybe you know that the buildings are consuming nearly half of the energy in the world. It's not the transport, it's not the cars. The buildings are consuming half of the energy in the world. So, we were trying to track the construction progress by the drones, for example, and different technologies. So why we came out with parking, because it was for me very clear that this is a huge problem, not only in Kazakhstan, but also worldwide, because we couldn't find cost-efficient parking solution from our consultants, very experienced real estate consultants from England, from the USA. So that's how I came up with the idea that if there is no cost-efficient solution from England, from the US, from these very technological markets, then there must be a huge market. Yeah. Regarding pairing up with other people, I know that I'm very bad at operations. So we have a separate team or separate chief operations. Yeah. My background is like finance, economics, strategy, business development. So I knew that what I can do and what kind of core competences we need in our team to build this kind of product that will be very competitive in international markets.
There's so many questions that I have in my mind, and I don't know where to start. Being a client, actually, I can be your future client. But I was just wondering, using your technology, being a client, am I going to have some kind of benefits in terms of money that, okay, if I'm going to use your technology, so probably, I'm going to pay 5% less or something like that?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, you need less capital expenditures to install my technology. Since there is no need for paper tickets, there is no need for this kind of tags, stickers, RFID technologies, you save in operations and capital expenditures. You don't need to buy a lot of tags, paper tickets, plastic tickets, or a lot of equipment to detect these tickets. So it saves a lot of money for the hardware. Again, by using our technology, you don't need to involve labor force. Yeah. So the number plate is detected automatically. Barrier gates are opening automatically. There is no need for the security. There is no need for the parking operators, parking attendants. So you have less people, less operational cost involved in parking management. Also, you can on real time see the old analytical data. What is the occupancy rate? There can be like dynamic price. The higher is the occupancy rate, the higher is the fee for the parking, for example. This kind of logic can be set up by the parking owner, parking manager. So also the system can be easily integrated. For example, let me tell one of our cases in Kazakhstan or in United Arab Emirates, Mall of Emirates, for example. Our system is integrated with the mobile application of the shopping mall. So if you are buying goods for the $1,000, it automatically 100 hours of parking given to you for free, for example. If you are the client of the fitness center at the shopping mall, every day 3 hours of parking given for free for example. So this kind of a lot of integrations, a lot of client usability, comfort is given to the clients. So there are a lot of profit for the owner in terms of less cost, higher revenue, and more analytical data from the parking.
I was just wondering that there are many cars with the number plates that are very difficult to read, and your software that you're working with, can it handle that as well? Those, critical situations where cars are a little bit old or number plates are not taken care of.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Or number plates can be like not very clearly seen. Yeah. Especially in Russia, where there is always winter and always snowy weather. Number plates are seen not that clear like in Kazakhstan or other countries without snowy weather. So there is a basic artificial intelligence used in the logic. So the camera detects not only the number plates, but also the car model, the color of the car, the maker. So it can detect or remember the car by additional features, not only number plate. This is the first thing. The second thing, the artificial logic, it can make assumptions. At most cases, the assumptions are correct. So we never say that the accuracy rate is 100%. We say that accuracy rate is 99.7%, 99.8%. Only 2 or 3 cars out of 1,000 cannot be detected. But in every city where we exist, we have so-called client support centers, call centers. So people can push a button in barrier gates and our call centers can open the gate. But usually this is not the problem. So yeah, I hope I answer your question.
You being founder of this company, how was the journey? You started with your own money, or there were some other companies, or you paired up with others to start it and then keep it going?
Yeah, so I had some savings from my previous corporate career. So there was no need for the fundraising till now. Also, the startup was operationally profitable from the beginning. So there was no need for the funding from the VC investors, angels investors. There was no fundraising till now. Currently, we're like our MRR, monthly recurring revenue, is around $150,000. Our costs just below that number, so we are still operationally profitable. We are planning to fundraise maybe in coming months. One of the reasons why there was no need for the fundraising, the model is, as I said, very cost efficient, and it is very profitable for the parking owners, for the parking managers. And since my background was in real estate, I had all initial connections to start the business. So since Kazakhstan is a small country, everyone who owns the building. So the start of the project was quite fast. But now, since we are going to launch our business in 8 countries, we need more money for the marketing, for the business development. So we are considering to take some money from US and European VC investors. But so I used the short answer is that me and my co-founders, we used our own savings to start the business. And this, thanks God, it's operationally profitable. There was no need to worry about money.
You came from 9-to-5 job to having your own company. Was there any fear that what if, there's going to be a failure or there's going to be a loss?
So I think no, because I was working, I have maybe a little less than 15 years of corporate career. So I have some savings, to be honest. Also, I was combining entrepreneurship with my corporate career. I launched a restaurant in Kazakhstan. I was trying other types of businesses. So I was quite experienced in entrepreneurship. Also, since the startup and my background is, 100% correlated. My background is in property management. I know the property, and the parking is a property. So I think there was no risk for me to leave the corporate career and to focus on the startup because everything was so obvious for me. So I was not trying something new. There was little space for the, for the new things. So everything was known. Market is known. Technology was provided by my partners, by co-founders. So yeah, I'm not sure that if this is even a startup. So it was shifting from one company to another company in the same industry. So yeah, it was quite easy, actually.
So you actually summed up all your expertise that you had acquired in the past. And that was one of the reasons that you could carry out this journey successfully. You just explained about your startup that it's already international and you are searching for more international markets. It has been a wonderful journey so far, seems like. And it seems like that there were no failures. Am I right?
No, actually, there are a lot of stress, actually,
Really?
So yeah, in Asian markets, in Kazakhstan, in Russia, maybe in some other Asian countries as well, this market is not a transparent market. When you want to try install your system for the shopping mall, the manager of shopping mall, for example, he can request, bribe. So you say that, hey, I don't work. I don't give a bribe. I want to build a good, transparent international business. I'll be inviting international, transparent investors. So sometimes our technology was refused by potential clients, not because we are expensive or we are not user-friendly or something else, but because we don't give bribes, for example. So especially at the beginning, a lot of companies, they were starting asking bribes. So for me, it was a huge stress. I'm trying to build, transparent business with international standards, but people are requesting bribes. So I was like, how I can start? Is it even possible to start, transparent business in that kind of geography? This was the quite stress. Now we install our system in 2 days, but in the beginning, some of our installations were taking up to 6 months, and it was also quite stressful. For example, you think of expanding your business into the US, but at the same time, in your home market, with all people in your team, you are installing in 6 months. This is, another, reason for the stress. And one more thing, again, in our geography, in Asian geography, in Russia, in Eastern Europe, in Kazakhstan, in Central Asia. So sometimes parking managers, they are not interested in transparency. So when people collect money in cash, they can take some of the money to their pocket. So they refuse to install our system because they don't want transparency. So sometimes even after installation, they try to break it. They switch it off, turn it off. So disinformate the owner, give wrong information. They say that the system is not working. That's why it's turned off. And the owner don't believe to us. They say, Amirkhan, your system is not working. We will stop it using. But I know that the people who are running the parking, they turn it off in order to collect the cash. So these situations also happen. It's not like, everything is okay. Everything is doing great.
Yeah, it's really good to hear all this, because we know that we have cultural and social barriers. Every country, as you just said, that your business is now international in many other countries. And this challenge of bribery that you just said, I think this is one of the biggest things that involves corruption. Yeah. What do you think, such kind of systems in automation, they're going to tackle with this in future? You think that it's going to solve the problem gradually? Or you think that no, behind these softwares as well, there are human hands and things, they can go in the same direction?
So yeah, actually, I'm not sure that if I have a clear vision. I think that sooner or later, technology maybe it's capable of solving corruption issue. For example, we had requests from India. Our Indian clients were interested in our technology to solve this bribery and corruption issue. For example, the requests from US, their motivation was different. So in the US, for example, there is a quite high cost for the labor. So they wanted to decrease the labor cost, while there is a labor cost in India is very low. So they wanted to eliminate the corruption. Everyday corruption. It's not high-level government corruption, but in order to control people more. So there is a potential to eliminate this kind of corruption, but I think it will take some time. Again, I don't blame people for requesting bribes, especially in our geography. So you know that in Pakistan, in India, in Kazakhstan, in Iran, GDP per capita is very low. There is a huge portion of very poor population. They do not have, this fair opportunities, equal opportunities to get education, to get business opportunities. So that's why at some point we decided to focus on Europe and the US, because we know that the market, they have very high purchasing power. There is also demand for our technology. They want to decrease labor cost. So always when sometimes the people are requesting from poor countries, we had a request from Zanzibar, for example, from South Africa. They found us from LinkedIn and asked to implement our system in Zanzibar in several cities. It was government request. I asked, what is the GDP per capita in your country? And it was very low. I said, I think that I'm not very comfortable to taking parking fees from the poor people. So yeah, sometimes corruption is there because people are very poor. I'm not justifying corruption, but this is the truth. So people want to earn extra money also from parking as a cash because they do not have other means of earning money.
There is one other factor that in many countries we do have it, that is called bargaining. So many times actually shopkeeper tells you the price according to the way he sees the buying power of the customer. So I think in terms of parking, this specific parking fee in those countries, it becomes a little bit difficult for people to avail this opportunity. Maybe, I don't know, how do you see this in future? Because you said that you have this vision of spreading your startup to almost all around the world. So on one hand, okay, you are focusing on spreading your business first to the European countries because of this fact of buying power. But also when you talk about the underdeveloped or low income countries, let's say, do you have any vision or any thoughts for future for developing something, that can be more efficient for them?
Yeah, sure. So our focus is working with private clients, with the private market. For example, I feel myself comfortable when we are installing our system in a high-end, very luxurious malls, for example, in Istanbul, in Cairo, maybe in Karachi, Lagos. So I feel okay. But I don't feel okay when, for example, the government of the city administration wants to put our system in every corner. So, for example, in several Kazakh cities, people are using cars because there is no developed public transport. Yeah, you have to use your cars to go to the work because there is no bus, there is no metro, and etc. So, and also you park your car in the corner because there is no other place to park your car. So that's why I'm not working with city administrations, with the government officials, because, sometimes for me, it seems like they want to use my system as a punishment for the citizens, to put system in every corner of the city and then take the money as a punishment fee for parking car in every corner. So my strategy is that working with private clients, especially with the shopping malls, with hotels, with high end, we know that they focus on clients that can afford paid parking, but not the whole population. So this is our strategy, actually. We want to be in Turkey, we want to be in Egypt, we want to be in Pakistan, but we want to work with private clients that cannot force their clients to park the car in their parking. The client can park somewhere else and come to the building, come to the hotel or shopping mall. So this is our strategy.
I'll go back to a very basic question. Your thoughts that you had in the beginning of your company or startup, whatever you would like to call it, and now, what was and what is innovation for you?
So our technology is not a rocket science. So it's based on this computer vision technologies. These technologies are very, very popular nowadays everywhere in the world. There's facial recognition, body recognition, number plate recognition. So I'm sure that there will be a high competition in coming years. We have low competition because we know that a lot of teams in Europe, in Russia, in China, in US, they are working on increasing the accuracy rate of the parking. We have this quite high level of accuracy because of several technical advantages. But I know that it's not a rocket science. The competition is coming. So I'm not like telling that I'll conquer the world, we'll be number one everywhere. No, but we'll take quite a huge share of the market in every market we will exist. We're going to exist or expand. But for me, innovation, it's more about a kind of mission. I'm living in a country called Kazakhstan. So the economy is not diversified. We rely on oil exports, 90% of the money coming from the oil exports. There is a high level of unemployment actually in our country. There is no, value-added exports from our country. There is no software export. There is no, scientific products are produced in our country. So for me, it's like build company which is based in Kazakhstan by Kazakh citizens, by Central Asian citizens, and which is doing business worldwide. To show them that this is possible, you can build product in Kazakhstan and sell it in Russia, in Africa, in the US, in Southeast Asia, in Middle East, and direct some portion of that money to local country to develop for R&D, research and development for other purposes. So for me, it's not more about innovation, but more about I started my career at a company called Ernst Young in Department of Strategy. So I think that I'm good at strategy. I'm good at strategy. Actually, strategy can be in real estate, strategy can be in technology, or strategy can be in beverage market. So my focus is doing right, proper strategy, growing business, and show to local people, to Central Asian people, to Kazakh people that it is possible to build international business by being based in Kazakhstan, by being raised in Kazakhstan. So I think this is more about mission rather than technology or innovation.
What is your mission?
Again, for example, American people, US people, they are epicenter of the innovation. They are going to the moon. I mean, for example, Elon Musk, they are making projects like SpaceX. So for Kazakh people, I mean, for our country, our tasks are very different. Our task is to create jobs, to create companies, to build businesses, to increase the employment rate in the country, to create the middle class, to create the democracy. So it's third world country problems. So my mission is to give my input, to contribute to the economy diversification, to building this society, to building democracy, to building the young generation of entrepreneurs that can also build businesses in Kazakhstan and expand internationally. So by being a model for them, so I want to build this maybe first Kazakh unicorn in coming years, and say that in order to build unicorn, you are not necessarily should be in Silicon Valley or in Europe, in America. You can build unicorn in Kazakhstan. Yeah.
That's great. Amir, thank you very much for being part of the show. And I wish you all the best. And I wish to see you in the coming years as a unicorn from Kazakhstan. I can see you are quite realistic, seeing your country and countries in which you are doing business. So we wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you, Almas. Thank you for inviting. Thank you for a great conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So folks, this was all about our today's episode of Innovation from the Global South. If you liked, don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel of Traces.Dreams. Till next episode, take care.